the haters always say, Tonya, tell the truth.
Tonya?
There's no such thing as truth. Everyone has their own truth.
Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Daylight?
The press wanted me to be the pile of crap. I never did this.
Yes, spring is coming. Yeah, it's taking a bloody long time, I tell you. But anyway, here I am with another review, and today I'm looking at I, Tonya, which is the new film from Margot Robbie. And it centres around Olympic figure skater Tonya Harding, played by Margot Robbie, obviously, and also looks at her violent ex-husband, Jeff Gillooly, played by Sebastian Stan. He plays Bucky O'Hare in the Marvel movies, if you didn't know. Well, including Captain America Civil War, which I just thought was terrible. Anyway, so basically it's kind of DC versus Marvel at last, because she was Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. That was a great film, I enjoyed that. Most people seem to hate it, but they're wrong. Anyway, in fact, you could also throw in almost a third cinematic universe into this, and that's Universal's Dark Monsters world. That's if it carries on. Because Allison Janney plays the Mummy.
You two fuck yet?
The film begins in the near present day with pieces to camera from those three, plus amongst others the security guard Sean, played by Paul Walter Hauser. There's her coach Diane Rawlinson, played by Julianne Nicholson, and tabloid reporter Martin Maddox, who portrayed brilliantly by Bobby Cannavale, even though he never sets foot outside the office that you see him in. It then goes back 40 years to when she was just about 4 years old, accompanied by a forceful and demanding mother, who even attends Tonya's very first date at the age of 15, when she's actually going out with Jeff. And she's also sporting a sort of Princess Diana haircut, which I guess was kind of the style at the time. From that point onwards, which is about 11 minutes into the film, she's played by Ms Robbie. As for the skating, when you see her young self performing triple axel jumps on the ice in the first few minutes, it's clearly a child's face CGI'd onto someone else's body. Before long you realise that for the main Tonya, it's clear that similarly the difficult stuff was also done by someone else and with her face CGI'd on at times. You can easily spot this. And the CGI department just weren't completely on the ball, but you can kind of forgive that since it's one of her best performances to date, and you can't get that bang on if you haven't to worry about doing triple axel jumps, which is something that no one else had done before Tonya Harding. Everyone else in the world is against Tonya. She's clearly the enfant terrible of the sport, in a part drama, part documentary that's really well put together. It's very clever the way it mixes the opening retrospective chat with talking to the fourth wall, such as a Rocky-inspired training sequence, where this thing happens once, talking to the fourth wall, and then you're expecting it more, and it doesn't disappoint. And the film is halfway through before we get to the 1993 incident with Nancy Kerrigan and everything that spans off from that. But I won't go into detail if you don't know, because even though it's a true story, because it's hugely entertaining to find out, and don't think you were twiddling your thumbs for the first hour either, because that's hugely entertaining also. As for Robbie and Janney, they're one of the greatest pairings we will see this year. After an altercation to end all altercations, her mother says in the present day, "Oh please, show me a family who doesn't have their ups and downs." In fact, she gets plenty of rude retorts, with cursing aplenty, even if it's a comparatively F-word free "lick my ass." I also love the line about going to a Richard Marx concert. I'm glad I'm not the only one who remembers him. Now, while there's none of his music in this, there's a stellar soundtrack. Traps sort of put in similar to Boogie Nights, when they just sort of dropped in, and they find the perfect song to begin at the perfect moment. There's Bad Company, Shooting Star. There's Chicago, 25 or 64. Cliff Richard, Devil Woman, although he's credited as Cliff Richards. Could be credited as worse, I suppose. Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. ZZ Top, Sleeping Bag, and Laura Branigan, Gloria. Fantastic stuff. There's also great support from Sebastian Stan and Paul Walter Hauser, even though you don't always appreciate it early on, as those proceedings are mostly dominated by the two female leads.
I know a guy, shouldn't even be saying his name.
Derek.
However, while Janney received a BAFTA Supporting Award for I, Tonya, I'm not sure if she wholly deserves it for this particular movie, only because she's not in it all the way through. But she has played second fiddle so many times, you know, in so many films. So, as it always goes when it comes to the awards, it's her time. Now, there's footage of the main real people in the closing credits at the same time as you would see them recording their pieces to camera, and they've got the look of each of them absolutely spot on. As for what this talking to the camera thing's all about, you'll see why when you watch the film. I don't want to give a spoiler for that because it comes quite late on. In closing, I say that Margot Robbie gives the best performance I've ever seen from her in this film, and out of those who are up for grabs in the Oscars and who were in the BAFTAs, she's easily head and shoulders and ice skates above them all. Sadly, Frances McDormand, who I've always thought was on autopilot, especially in Fargo and Three Billboards, she took the BAFTA. I expect she'll take the BAFTA. Sorry, she took the BAFTA, and I expect she will do so as well for the Oscars. If not, then the other big hitter for those is Meryl Streep, who was comatose in The Post. In fact, this movie beats most of them to Best Film. Yet, it's not up for it in either the BAFTAs or the Oscars. Go figure that out. For me, I'm giving this film 8 out of 10. If you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like the video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And cue Genesis.